or skill pens.
Hey, so here I am on a rooftop on a lovely January bright day with Martijn Sjoorda. Thanks for joining me, Martijn.
Happy to do that.
Martijn is based in the Netherlands and wears a number of hats, as we all do. Dialogic Leadership is Martijn's own company, also has a collaborative venture, Fresh Orange.
Correct.
But tell me, what is the Martijn Sjoorda DNA that unites everything you touch? That's a good place to start.
I think that's probably my overriding passion for making organizations nicer and healthier places to be in.
Okay.
Because it really saddens me that organizations are places where you spend more time than you spent with your wife and kids on average, and they're such soulless, unhappy, dysfunctional places. So that's what gets me out of bed. I can't stand the fact that people get up and make the conscious decision to leave 70% of who they really are at home because they just can't cope with their life, essentially, if they don't do that.
Sure. What's your kind of average client profile? What's the typical client you work with? You work with big brands or smaller business? Or?
I work with both. I'm not a big football fan, but I do like sports analogies, and sorry for going cliche on you, but if you really like the game, I think it shouldn't matter to you whether you're playing in Wembley Stadium or you're playing in a back alley with a couple of blokes and you're just having great fun. So I've worked for really small companies, and I work for some of the largest companies in the world at board level.
I like that. Now, the brand that you work under, Fresh Orange,
yeah.
I've always loved that because I love the imagery of that, and I love the freshness of that. So tell me where Fresh Orange came about as a brand name.
Yeah. Well, that's essentially my partner Dirk's work and doing. Dirk is Belgian but lives in the Netherlands since he's married to a Dutch lass and has kids, but he still retains that fresh outside in perspective. And what I like about what he did is he was looking at it and he made this observation that all the Dutch, as most people know, are crazy about their national teams. They are very funky, they wear orange stuff, they're really cool about it, they're competitive, they're driven, they have fun. And then you walk into an organization in the Netherlands and boom, there's nothing of that freshness, that drive, that orange feeling that everybody knows around. And that's how he came up with the notion of Fresh Orange. And I think, drawing back to what I said earlier about health in organizations, you need that freshness, you need competitiveness, you need drive, you need commitment, all those good things. And as I said quite often, they're not present in organizations, so that's why the name Fresh Orange came about.
Great. Now, you work on a lot of projects, a lot of change management projects where you're helping clients change their culture or working practices. And we were talking earlier about how you use journeys and going somewhere to inspire and deliver that kind of change. Just give us a brief insight into the kind of things you're doing there, because I think it's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, well, to make that simple is try to imagine sitting in a chair that's not very comfortable and you start feeling a pain in muscles and bones and all that sort of stuff, and essentially you can't really move. From that perspective, it's very hard to imagine any type of fluidity or forward movement. So what we came up with, and it's not our original idea, but I think we've been practicing it for about 8 years now, is that if you really want something to change, you've got to start moving. And a way to start moving is to just say, all right, meet me at the back end of train 4271 that is due to leave from platform 5 at Amsterdam Central Station. Pack 3 clean pieces of underwear and a toothbrush and hopefully some deodorant. And we're not going to tell you where we're going to go, but you're going on a journey. And that's what we've done in many, many different ways with organizations large and small, with small teams and big teams, and most recently with about 3,500 employees at a large Dutch energy company, to just give them a radically different experience with a bit of good process attached, as we like to say, to get them to look at their reality with a different lens.
Did it work?
Absolutely. it's created a much better team for one of my larger service firm clients, and it's certainly unleashing a lot of energy in the energy company, and we're taking that to the next stage over the course of 2010.
Cool, thanks a lot, Mark.